Hey, have you ever seen a #1 draft pick get straight up humiliated by another player's? Probably not, right? Well, check this out. New York Liberty's superstar guard, Sabrina Ionescu, went full Michael Jordan mode during Saturday's win. Late in the first half, Ionescu faked a pass. Clark bit hard, and then Sabrina drilled an open three-pointer. She even shrugged her shoulders just like Jordan did in the '92 finals. Total savage move. And if that wasn't enough, Caitlin Clark had a brutal moment. Last year's MVP, Breanna Stewart, set a screen for Courtney Vandersloot, and Clark ran right into it. She never saw it coming. Usually, teammates give a heads up about an incoming screen, but if they did, Clark didn't hear it. Stewart didn't budge, and you won't believe what happened next. Ouch. As Clark has admitted several times that the WNBA is way more physical than she thought. But that's not all she had to deal with against the Connecticut Suns. In her rookie season grind, Monday brought a new challenge, an injury. She tweaked her left leg pretty bad and limped off while playing defense, clearly hurting. Thankfully, Clark bounced right back. She returned to the bench but didn't re-enter the game in the first half as the Fever rallied to a 44-41 halftime lead. But guess what? They took a tough 88-84 loss to the Connecticut Sun, making it 0-4 on the season. Despite rookie sensation Caitlin Clark balling out, the Fever still couldn't snag their first win. So it's clearly not Caitlin Clark's fault. Is Coach Sides just screwing up the game plan? Welcome back to She Got Game, your go-to channel for all things WNBA and the incredible journey of Caitlin Clark. If you're a fan of high-intensity basketball and the rise of future legends, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. Let's roll. We just witnessed Caitlin Clark get a real welcome to the WNBA as she faced one of the league's best players, and she is certainly not getting any star treatment here. We're talking about Breanna Stewart. She recently dropped 42 points against the Indiana Fever. And she wasn't riding solo. She had backup from New York Liberty's Sabrina Ionescu, a player so exceptional that she stands alongside Stephen Curry in basketball discussions. Ionescu even faced Curry one-on-one during this year's All-Star Weekend. You can't miss games when players like her are on the court. Wait, speaking of can't miss games, the Fever vs. Sun showdown had everyone on the edge of their seats. In the second quarter, Clark rolled her ankle on defense and had to leave for treatment. Still, the Fever held a 44-41 lead at halftime. Clark came back in the third and helped the Fever rally from a 9-point hole. But turnovers killed their momentum. Star defensive versatility Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner were beasts for the Sun in the offense. Clark tied it at 82, but key turnovers and Brianna Jones's clutch steal sealed the win for the Sun. The Indiana Fever has been struggling hard this season, still winless after 4 games. And now all spotlight has come to the coach of Indiana Fever, Christie Sides. Is she to blame? But let's focus. Why is this all happening? In stark contrast to her senior season at Iowa, where Clark experienced just 5 losses, the Fever are now only 1 defeat away from matching that number. Fever head coach Christie Sides recently highlighted a lack of mental toughness among her players as a key reason for their losses. The internet has been quick to blame Sides for Clark's struggles, adding another layer of pressure to the already tense situation. In the last few games, Clark has been pushing hard, leading to turnovers and frustration. But let's be real, it's not her fault. Coach Christie Sides is the real problem here. She's put in place this ridiculous rule for Clark, who's had her fair share of struggles in her first few games. I gave her a rule the other day. She's got 0.5 seconds to make a decision. She has a habit of hanging out and dancing. That's what she's done, Sides said. Instead of helping, Sides' rule just adds more pressure, making things tougher for the former Iowa superstar. Despite the team's struggles, Caitlin Clark showed significant improvement in the most recent game compared to the initial matches. However, basketball is inherently a team sport, and it's evident that Clark's teammates have not been meeting expectations. This has been a point of concern for both Clark and the team's head coach, Christie Sides. But here's the fact. Clark scored just 68 points in 4 WNBA games, while the rest of the team is still struggling to step up. So do you think Coach Sides' tactics sabotage Caitlin Clark's performance? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. In a recent press conference, Coach Christie Sides addressed the Fever's ongoing issues, pointing to a lack of mental toughness among the players as a primary reason for their losses. This sentiment was echoed during the Fever's game against the New York Liberty, where both Clark and Sides displayed visible frustration. 100%, Sides responded. We will. Give them time. Okay, let's go. That's it. The interaction suggests that Clark expressed concerns about her teammates' performance, and Sides reassured her that the team needs more time to improve. But it's not just Clark and Coach Sides in the spotlight. WNBA legend Sue Bird has some valuable advice for Clark. On a recent episode of The Rich Eisen Show, Bird broke down the Fever Stars' issues and offered some insights.
Sometimes it feels like the weight of the WNBA is on her shoulders. That is both, like I said earlier, a compliment and warranted in a lot of ways, but also maybe a little bit unfair to put so much on her, and then to not play up to her abilities in this early part would be frustrating. You know, the thing is, you watch the games, she's not even really getting that many great looks. Again, some of that is the other team's defense, so credit. She's played 2 of the top defensive teams in the league. But some of that is figuring it out.
The Fever's season turnaround hinges on mental toughness and teamwork. Clark can't carry them alone. After a 36-point home opener loss to the Liberty, Coach Sides called the performance unacceptable, demanding the team step up and make fans proud. But the struggle is real for Sides and her squad. They took another game against the Suns on Monday. Though the margin wasn't as brutal and the team showed some hustle, there are still plenty of areas needing work. When a reporter brought up last season's struggles and asked how the Fever can turn things around, Sides acknowledged the need for experience and hinted at shaking up the lineup. She also stressed the team's focus on defense during practice. Clark's arrival has cranked up the heat on Sides, with everyone expecting the Fever to deliver killer performances consistently. The pressure is mounting. Sides and the Fever need to regroup and show some serious improvement in their upcoming games to quiet the doubters. The challenge ahead is no joke, and Sides knows the urgency. She's got to steer her team back on track, ASAP. Hopefully, the Fever can start taking small steps of improvement as the season rolls on. Those small wins matter, especially for Clark as she works through her debut WNBA season. In the end, it's all about the grind. Clark and the Fever have the potential to turn things around, but it's gonna take time, patience, and a lot of hustle. The fans must hang in there and show some love as this young squad finds its groove. So, keep the faith, and let's watch this team rise. As Indiana Fever is going to face Seattle Storm on 22nd May. Stay tuned for more updates on Caitlin and all things women's basketball. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay in the loop. Until next time, never ever forget to shoot your shot.